The Bitcoin weekly update on May 31st, 2026. We're going to start with the top-down analysis of Bitcoin to see what's going on. So the first thing we got is the monthly time frame for Bitcoin here. We have price action moving higher, then dropped down back in late last year. Now we went sideways by going down, across, up here. Now last month was a down candle, so we retraced it, went straight up and then came back down. So now we're starting with June, and we'll see how that starts going on. But if we go a little deeper, we can see that overall we're still above the 200 MA, so that's bullish. This might be a recovery back up to the upside. At least that's what being over the 200 MA is meaning here. So if we can get these next few candles to get above this high, that would be even greater probability of moving to the upside. So if we go to the daily time frame, we're still below the 200 on daily time frame, so that's showing weakness. Let's see if this candle failed to break above the 200 MA. Let's see if this week or next week we can have this price action get above the 200 MA for a reaction up. If that does that, then we have a little bullishness coming back into the market and showing that Bitcoin can do a little recovery. If not, we're going to have further moves to the downside. On the hour chart, we're below the 200 MA, so we're lower, showing weakness. Even when we pretty much zoom out here, we've been going sideways for the past, since the past February, beginning of February. We've just been going sideways in this box right here. We'll see if we can get some energy to get past and above this box, or keep dumping down. But one thing to keep in consideration where we're at right now is, are there any CME gaps? So that's one thing to pay attention to see if we can know where it's going to go from here on out. So we have price action going down below. We have a CME gap down here, CME gap, within a big overall gap that actually has mostly filled. This large one has been mostly filled except for this section up here. Still open gap here, so let's see if this price action comes down to fill this gap, or if it comes up, bounces down again and comes back down to this gap again. Or alternative is it bounces, retests, and come back up to the top of this CME gap to fill that. So that was the question of where we're going to go. But we have some points of interests now. So if we go to here, if we include the trend lines, we got a long action line here that pretty much connects all these previous highs. This 4-hour action line has been modified. It used to be down here, connecting this, all the way down here, but price action kept on going sideways past that 4-hour action line and made that invalid. So I'm connecting this one to this one, this one, this one. So at least 4 connecting points, 4 touch points for this line here, which makes it more valid. And of course we have the 200 MA. We are currently below it, showing weakness. And you see this accumulation box here as well too. We're still in the upper portion of the accumulation box, but unfortunately we're within it. And if you can see this action line here, and this safety line, this daily safety line is here. I'm getting close to this wedging triangle right here, so price action might get tight and then spring up or spring down. And this price action goes all the way down to about June 24th. Yeah, if you look at the time at the bottom there. June 24th, or before that, we'll probably see some action going on either to the upside or to the downside. So we have to keep an eye on that. But you can see all these time frames that we had, previous time frames. In the daily time frame is under the 200 MA, 4 hours, under the 200 MA, 1 hour, 200 MA. So everything is bearish. Bearish overall for the whole Bitcoin chart, basically. Another thing to keep in consideration of what's going to happen for this week is we're going to keep an eye out for the CME Gap, or for the news that's going to show up for this week. And this week we have PMI on Monday, red folder, another red folder on Wednesday, non-farm change, and another one we have non-farm as well too, and unemployment rate on Friday on the 5th. So these are definitely market drivers to keep an eye on, and probably will make it very cautious in taking trades. Make sure it's not affected by the news that's going to be released. So that will be the update for May 31st, 2026 for Bitcoin. Weekly update.